Guys, my name is Zainab and you're welcome to Zee'S Weekly. I know that I've not been posting because I'm working on my collection. Oh my god, you guys are going to be pumped. And for those of you who don't know, I'm also a fashion designer and you can follow me at Cardboard Official on Instagram and Facebook. I'm working on my recent collection, hence I put all my energy there. And right now, you know what? I'm like, I have to be committed to this because I already said I was going to be doing this weekly, and I've only missed 1 week already, and it felt like forever. So yeah, we're going to we're going to start this week from last week's topic where I was talking about dealing with insecurity and finding your self worth. And I define self worth as the value that you place on yourself. It's not based on what people say who you are or what you are. It's value that you have placed on yourself. And most people don't even know who they are or what value they place on themselves. And some people don't even know that there's some certain level that they are in that they are not supposed to be. So what value have you placed on yourself? I'm not talking about false confidence or trying to act arrogant to measure up into a certain moment. I'm talking about an equilibrium where you're at the middle ground. You're not trying to be something else. You're perfect. You're at peace with yourself. So yeah, last week I talked about insecurity. One of the insecurities that I have, and that is I don't know how to deal with people. I have this social awkwardness. It came from a place, and thank God is helping me to deal with it. It came from a place of bully. I was bullied. I was one of those kids that were bullied back in secondary school. So it really affected where I saw people. It affected my trust issue with people. So I always feel like everybody has an ulterior motive when they come around me, which is really, really bad. It's something I'm working on. And I also ask you guys for opinion, like if you have anything to tell me and how to deal with situations like that. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to give us a recap from where we're coming from last week. So this week, I also what I want to talk about is I think I've already explained it in a nutshell from the beginning. It's like this the value that you've placed on yourself. So many people have written or said certain things concerning you that it's not you, and you've come to believe it. You've come to accept that that is who you are or that's what you are. But I've come to tell you that even if your self worth is dwindling or you don't even know what it is that you have, you can actually work on it. It's a daily process. Rome was not built in a day. You can actually work on those processes and know that you can actually work on yourself. There's so many things you can do. Like I said, maybe you stick to self affirmations, talking to yourself in the mirror, telling yourself certain things that, or maybe if you feel like, oh, I'm not ugly because growing up, or you've constantly heard how there's certain part of the body you believe is flawed. So you keep believing those things and then you place a wrong value upon yourself. And so the Bible also says that how a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if you think that, oh, I'm ugly on this, trust me, that's what people are tend to be tilting towards. So I'm trying to give us an importance of self-worth. Like how do you value yourself? Is it based on your material things or things that you have? Is it based on your physical appearance? Is it based on your maybe the kind of caliber of people that you work with? Is that how you define yourself? And I think that it should be much more than that. Like me, I'm learning to define myself based on my relationship with God and who God has called me and defined me to be and what God has said that I am. You know, I always felt like I didn't deserve so many things, or I didn't deserve to be in certain circles because of my background or where I'm coming from. My parents, in their own right, they did amazing work based on their capacity. They always make sure that I lacked anything based on the levels that we were. But when you have this very broken society where there are a lot of you've seen extremely wealthy people, certain people that you feel like you can measure it. So how do you place yourself? Because I've been in such a situation where I felt really, really small in the room. Like I felt like I did not belong in that circle, or I didn't belong there because maybe I was not up to probably the educational standard or the financial status or their social status, as the case may be. So, how would you? But now these days, I walk into certain rooms and I feel like, oh, I belong here, or I'm supposed to be here. I don't feel out of place. I don't feel like maybe I'm forced, or I don't feel small anymore. So how did my confidence and how did my self worth grow there? I had to lean to God. I had to begin to find myself in the Word of God. I had to begin to believe what God said about me. He said that you were the head and you're not the tail. He said you're above only and never beneath. And and when I began to see those words and how encouraging they were, he said you're a royal diadem. When I began to see the definition and the kind of things that God said about me, and it's not just from a place of there's a difference between just reading and glancing through the Bible and glancing through words, and when you come to a point where you actually believe those things that I said concerning you, as he said, I will give you beauty for ashes. When I began to see those words in the Bible, it said, yes, he's set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. You're the salt of the earth. And those words kept encouraging me. They kept making me stronger. They kept imbibing me the actual worth that God has placed on me. He said, I have made you. He said, that let us make man. Like God actually came to a point where there was a discussion before he made me. He didn't just make me. There was a discussion. A discussion went on. Like, let us make them. And how is this person going to be formed in our image and our likeness? So therefore, I first from God. I'm not defined by the things that I have or the status that I have gained, but I'm defined by who God says that I am. That's where I get my self-worth from. That's where I get my value as a person from. So before God even formed me, he sat down and then he said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. And then not only that, when he made man, formed man, he placed him in the garden. And then when he said that man was not enough, he said, I will give him a helpmate. So I know that God has given me my jurisdiction, so I'm confident in the jurisdiction and the place that God has placed me. That's where I find myself working. I'm confident in the things that He has called me to be. I'm confident in the fact that the maker of heaven and earth, the universe, has made me. Like He sees me. So I don't want us to place our value on maybe our Chanel bag or our Gucci purses or our MAC lipsticks and what have you, our Fenty Beauty, as the case may be. But I want us to place our value, our worth on what the Word of God says concerning us, because the Bible says that all is vanity, like everything is fleeting, in twinkle of an eye. Like before even, I was just sitting down, I was like, oh my goodness, I was talking about something that happened in 2009, and I realized that was like, so I think 16, if I'm correct. So 16 or 15 years ago, and that's how fleeting time is. And you can go back there and realize, when did I get to this point? So therefore, why don't we come to a point where we begin to know and understand who we are based on who God has defined us to be, not what the word has said concerning us. Okay, let me give you this example. I went to the hospital recently for my son, and we had a little injury and bodily mistakes. I kept saying, oh my God, I want to take care of my son, blah, 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 blah. And my husband was like, he's fine. I'm like, no, let's go to the hospital. We took a long drive to the hospital. And then someone was like, Zena, you're already fat. This one, you're already fatter than my husband. I don't know who's competing. And then me on a normal day, I have been so gloomy. Although my husband stepped in, I was like, I've forgotten what he said really, but he stepped in and defended me when the woman said what she was saying. But me and the normal day, I've been so gloomy for like 2-3 weeks, and I've been feeling like, oh my God, I was fine. But trust me, I didn't even feel anything. I was just smiling about it. Heck, I've gained weight. I have a baby. I'm still nursing, so if I'm fat to you, sorry, like I've come to accept who I am. It's not based on my physical appearance, it's from a knowing, it's from a place, from my spirit, from the deepest part of my being. I've come to understand that I'm first the spirit man. I'm first I'm not from I'm first of God. I proceed from God. I come from His throne. So I've come to understand that position in my life. So that's where I get my worth from. My worth, my confidence, and who I am is defined by what God says I am. Is And then I keep repeating it. I keep repeating this statement so that it will sink down into our subconscious. That because this generation is so crazy, how we become so materialistic. So people define you by, oh, who is your father, or who do you know, or I'm talking about your earthly father. Yes, who is my father? My father is God. Like, it might sound like, you're just saying this so that you feel confident or you feel, no. It comes from a place. It's not like when I say it, I shy back or I tend to go back to my shell. I tend to curl back and just take it back. It gives me that confidence, knowing that no, I'm not working. The Bible says that we work. There are innumerable numbers of angels working with us. So it gives me that confidence, knowing that my body. You might have a physical bodyguard, but man, my own bodyguard, you can't see them, but you can't touch me. I mean. It's not, I'm not trying to preach at you, but I don't know. That's how I feel lately, and I want you to come to that point where you begin to see yourself as that. So some people just feel like, oh, maybe when you go for a party, I've seen someone at a party because she was not wearing the whole ashwabi clothes. Like ashwabi is this is like the same fabric of material we wear with everybody that is celebrating. You just pick up a color, could be lace or something, and then you wear it. And I just saw this lady because she was on my table, and she felt like, oh, she was out of place, and she was just, she was just checking, and she really looked good, but because she just felt like she wasn't there, she felt small in the crowd. She felt so small. She wasn't confident about herself. How many people have done too many dirty things, too many unspeakable things, just because you want to match up to what society has said that you are, and forgetting that you are not what society has proclaimed you to be. That's when me I get my own confidence from. So maybe like, you're just saying because you are fair now, or you're this now. No, it's not because of that. It's just because I just know who God says that I am, and I believe Him, I trust Him, and I trust His word. I just hope that I've been able to help you grow your confidence. I've been able to make you realize that you're more than who you say you are. And I want you to work on yourself. I want you to begin to talk to God and ask Him if you're someone who's lacking in that department and you're finding the balance of knowing what your self-worth is or who you are. I want you to begin to talk to yourself, not talk to yourself. I want you to begin to, say positive things about yourself, not just saying words like I'm beautiful. I want you to go back to the word of God so that He begins to define who you are and what you are. And God helped me to define myself. God helped me to know who I am. I began to I don't want to, use the same biblical words because I believe that everybody has their own unique assignment, everybody has their own unique things that you're dealing with in terms of what they define their self-worth to be rather. So I don't want to define you for you, and I don't want to say, oh, this is it. I just want you to have a free flow with God and let Him help you, let Him breathe on you and to teach you His ways and teach you because what is peculiar to you might not be what's peculiar to me. So I just want to send us back to that place of prayer and that place of consecration. And at sometimes it come with deep wounds because God will have to open you up and open those places that you've been hurt by. It comes from it may open it because for me instead of opening up deep wounds, instead exposing me to people and places where I've been hurt. That was how it was. I was able to begin to speak to certain people. Certain people reach out to me. I want to go back and feel like, oh, you did this to me certain time, and then God asked me to, bless the person, pray for the person, just talk with the person, share stuff with the person. And it was really hard for me at first when it started, but the more it opened the wound for me, you can see as I said, everybody's case is peculiar. The more it opened those wounds, and I began to, put myself into situations that made me lose my self confidence, I began to grow, I began to become better, and I started fighting with the word of God. So that was what I used, that's how God helped me. So you might have your own stuff that you're dealing with, and you may have a peculiar reason. So right now, I'm going to pray for anyone watching this, and you know that you're going through, how to define yourself worth and how to come to a place where you know who you are. I pray for you right now that the Spirit of God will help you, the Spirit of God will direct you, that even when it begins to open those wounds, it will hurt. I pray that it doesn't hurt so much. I pray that the Holy Spirit will pick you to a place where you are more than confident about yourself. That when God asks you to talk to wherever, you're so confident in yourself, you begin to see yourself bigger than what you see yourself as. Like you're not small, you're not a small person, you're not small, you're not a tiny person, you're big, you're bigger, you're more than a conqueror, more than anything that you put your mind to do accordingly as far as, because I mean God is big and there's no boss with God. He's the God of the impossible. And if you're calling you're calling God your father, then you should be able to know that there's nothing that you cannot do. Absolutely, that's kind of confidence that I'm working. And I pray that I've been able to impart that confidence to you. I pray that the Lord blesses you, that God anoints you, that God begins to open your eyes to see who you are and lead you to a place where you understand who you are in Jesus' name. Amen. If you're just joining us, this is Zee'S Weekly. Please, guys, I really need you to help like and subscribe and also share. If I've been a blessing to you, please kindly share this video. Let other people also benefit from this blessing that you're getting from me. Until I see you guys next week. I'm so sorry I'm done right now. I get it's like past 11 to 12 a.m. in Nigeria, so but I really needed to do this because I said I was committed to doing it and I really missed a week. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit dull or sleepy, but that's just it. Thank you guys so much. Until I see you next week, do have an amazing day. I know that God wants you to come into a place of confidence where you know who you are and what He has created you to be, and that the value that you place on yourself is the value that God has placed on you. This is who God sees you are. So I see you next week. Do have an amazing week. I love you guys. Bye.